Hi folks, Seven Rivers Racing on KQEG TV here at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Racing every Saturday night at 7:30. And one of our guests today, I've been looking forward to getting on. I've got to know him pretty good over the past couple of years. Matter of fact, him and his entire family. Mr. Consistent, Todd Korish, joining us in the program. Todd, great to see you back at the track.
It's great to be back.
Yeah, I know you were one of those that was at your smoker this year and have seen you here and there during the race season, have talked to you on and off Facebook and whatnot, and one of those drivers that couldn't wait to get back out here.
I don't know if it's couldn't wait, but it's time to get back out here and start turning some laps and see what happens.
Now, I want to take you back to after Oktoberfest last year, and if I don't bring it up, people are going to get me for it. You had a comment in one of the local newspapers that you were going to be ready to go right off the bat this year when looking at some of the competition we had at La Crosse last year.
Yeah, we've spent a lot of time this winter on both cars, especially the backup car. It's got a lot of new stuff on it, and I've had it out and tested it. And this year we'll have Adam Dagenhart in the backup car full time, and both not just to have it as a backup, but he's going to be running just as hard as I am, and work together out there and see what we can do.
Todd's one of those, I think it was 3 years ago, I started really watching Todd Korish and how he was finishing when it came to heat races, and primarily when it came to feature races, first, second, third, first, second, third, second, third. And that's where the Mr. Consistent stayed, because you've got to be probably the most consistent driver that I've seen in the 7 years that I've been here at the La Crosse Speedway. This year it sounds as though you're not going to be content with the seconds and thirds. You want the firsts and a track championship.
Started back in '99, really. My uncle told me that top fives and top tens are what win championships, and to just try and stay up in there. The wins, they'll come if they come, but we're going to just keep running the way we are. Kevin Noodleman has talked to me about patience, working through the field, taking what you can get, and not using the front bumper to go someplace, you know. And it goes a long way with the guys, because last year it showed there wasn't anybody. I used the bumper on, really, and nobody used it back on me, and it helped out a lot with trying to make a run for the championship.
And when you've got someone like Kevin Noodleman, who's the most winningest late model driver here at the La Crosse Speedway, when Kevin says something to you like that, you really take it to heart.
Oh yes, I think it was about the 5th or 6th weekend last year. He could see I was starting to get a little irritated, and come down and had the first talk with me, and then there was several to come after that to try to make sure I kept my head in the game and didn't do anything wild.
And I've kind of got to know your driving style here at La Crosse, and some of the other guests we've had on previously say the same thing. You're friends with a lot of the drivers out here. You're friends with all the race teams. But when it comes down to race night itself, you're out here by yourself.
And that there's guys that you know who you can be around and who you can't be. And I've been doing this 18 years now, and I've been around everybody so long that you know everybody's driving style. It takes a little bit to learn the rookies, but the ones that listen seem to work with you pretty good.
With the decision of bringing Adam Dagenhart, who's been out here for many, many years as well behind the wheel of a late model, when did that decision come about that Adam was going to join the race team?
It actually just happened about 2 weeks ago. Paul Malem Jr. decided to step down. He didn't feel that he was helping me that much, and that's when we asked Adam to step in. Adam and I have been good friends for a long time, raced hard against each other and never beat on each other. We've been within inches, but never touched. So.
And it was really weird watching the 03 come out to the track today. I obviously know you're 32, and I saw the 03 and said, now whose car is that? I remember the number, but I sure didn't remember that car. Though I see the window world sticker on the side, I'm like, now that's got to be someone with Korish, and Joe Reinertz was sitting over, he goes, that's Adam Dagenhart.
Yep. Yeah. The car's gone through a lot of overhaul this winter, and it should be hopefully to Adam's liking, and that's why we're here today, to concentrate on that car and go from there, and hopefully we can get him right down where I'm at with times.
Todd Korish, Mr. Consistent, my guest on the Seven Rivers Racing Show here on KQEG TV. Let's talk sponsorships. I see some of the same sponsors on your car over and over and over. You've got a lot of dedicated folks out there.
I've had a lot of the sponsors, Glass on Wheels, Sam's Bar, Rivercrest Apartments, Paul's Towing, and there's so many of them on there that P&P products that have been with me a long time, and that's half the battle there to keep them sponsors. Unfortunately, with Window World, we had to part ways after last year, and we just moved forward, and there was actually people that wanted to jump on with us and pick up their spots, so it worked out pretty good for us.
Well, again, now we talk about that every single show, and it's one of the opportunities I have is to let the drivers talk about their sponsors, because if they don't have them, they don't get to come out here and do what you do. I mean, how many years have you been racing now?
18. I mean, Home and Custom and Collision has been my biggest one.
Right.
It's my uncle. He's supported me for the longest time, so without him, I probably wouldn't be here. He has a shop and everything. He lets us just run wild all winter and all summer.
Now, you were out here a couple of weeks ago practicing. Did it feel just like the race season was just over with a couple of weeks ago when you got back in?
No, it was actually nice to get back in. I just finally went back to work too, so we wanted to test the car before I went back to make sure we had the same car, and the car was identical to what it was in Oktoberfest, and if not, a little better.
Todd Korish, Mr. Consistent, drives the number 32 late model here at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. And I would suspect out of a handful of drivers, he's going to be one of those cars to watch this year running for a track championship. Todd, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All righty, folks, Todd Korish. We are going to continue with his teammate here on the Seven Rivers Racing Show, KQEG TV. Stay with us.